All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Speed Gaming 5. We're coming up very shortly. We have yet another race from the Final Fantasy V Career Day Standard Flags Tournament. How's everybody doing out there? I am Z-Man050778, and tonight I am going to be commentating this wonderful bottom bracket semifinal match between IBKarma and Judgejoe. As I did mention, this is the bottom bracket semifinal, so the winner of this will go on to play the loser of Friday night's upper bracket semifinal. So, with that said, I am going to go quiet here for just a minute while I get these two racers off and running, and then we're going to have an exciting match to look forward to between two very accomplished, very speedy racers. I will be back in just a minute. Alrighty, I've dropped the gate, and after 15 seconds and Twitch delay, we will be off and running. So, as I said, this is the Final Fantasy V Career Day Standard Flags Tournament. We are down to our final four racers. This is two of them, and after tonight, we will be down to three. This is a double elimination event, and IBKarma and Judgejoe have both unfortunately lost once each. So their next loss will unfortunately, kick them out of the tournament. So one of them will be done tonight. One of them will move on to the bottom bracket finals. And then Friday evening, we will bring you the upper bracket semifinals, and with the winner of that moving on to the grand finals. So, just any minute now, we will get going here. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, this is the randomizer for Final Fantasy V. Our runners will have access to World 1 and World 2 right off the start. If you're all familiar with this, we run pretty standard flag set here. The major difference, as kind of alluded to in the title, All Trap Chests Leave the Void, the big thing here is, number one, not all jobs will appear. And number two, you can have key items in trapped chests. Okay, so first off, we have both of our runners doing a rather standard Castle Tycoon check. Ogreax, decent money. Otherwise, nothing great so far in the first few checks here. Okay, Ice 2 Black Magic. Ogreax, like I said, a bit of money, but otherwise, nothing great. Again, we haven't seen our starting job yet, so we're still waiting for that while looting Castle Tycoon. With most of a standard play here is you loot Castle Tycoon, you go on to the Pirates Cove, and then probably on to Tool, and then, well, here we go. And then it kind of branches out here, there, and everywhere. Tiger Mask, that's actually nice. 12,000 gil, that is fantastic. I missed the bow they picked up there. If it was, I think it might have been an anti-magic bow, which is, again, good money. All right, so what's our first hint? They say that Pyramid is Path to the Void. Go figure. Anybody that's seen any of these races now with trap chests possibly holding key items, Pyramid is extraordinarily wealthy and is certainly more often than not Path to the Void in these races. And we start with a Bard. So the good news is starting with Bard is that, we'll have access to the Sing ability some point sooner rather than later. And the Sing ability, especially once you find or learn or buy the hero song, that can be fantastic for endgame strats. Of course, Comet, that to me, Comet's always an insta pickup. Requiem is fantastic for undead enemies. So undead Requiem with Bard. So you're looking for some of our undead enemies right off the bat, preferably the triplets. Slash in there we go. Slash is a nice pickup early. So we do have IBKarma looting, just looking right now in the Surgate shop in World 2, whereas Judgejoe is doing a little bit more of a standard World 1 route, where you do the Pirates Cove and then you do the town of Tool here. Apparently, the Surrogate Castle also had Break Black Magic that I missed. Tool has the Haste spell, which is great. Fire 3 Black Magic. That's great. So now we're looking for Black 4 or Black 5 to take advantage of either that Break spell or that Fire 3. We do have level 3 Flare, which is blue magic, which is fantastic for X-Death in his castle because X-Death is level 66, which is a divisor of 3. History Falls holds the big bridge key. All right, what do we have here in our first? We have Tablet 2 immediately. We have an immediate tablet in the town of Tool, so we will get a nice early Kuza Castle check, I would imagine. So that could blow open the seed real wide open real early. We'll see. Okay, now we're going to have IBKarma go over here to the town of Moor or Mua, depending on which translation you decide to use. I would imagine he's going to check the hit. Well, not checking the hint just yet. He's going to check the barrel, and then he's going to go do the checks on the chicken knife and the brave blade. Giant's axe, it's nice gill. Fork tower, path to the void. So we already know that, that 2 World 3 places are path to the void. We know Pyramid is path to the void, and we know Fork Tower is path to the void. Level 5 Doom, you take that every day of the week. Level 5 Doom is fantastic and is part of the death by math strats that are becoming more and more ubiquitous here in this particular randomizer, because you can do a lot of level manipulation to get a lot of these bosses to a divisor of 5, which then makes level 5 Doom insta-kill. Thank you, Speed Gaming 2, for the raid. Welcome into this Final Fantasy V Career Day Standard Flags Tournament race. I am Z-Man, and we are bringing you a bottom bracket semifinal match here between 2 fantastic racers, IBKarma and Judgejoe. Fire 3 Sword, there's Dispel, there's Life in the town of Moor. Okay, the hint in Moor. Bracelet is in World 1. Okay, we do have Judgejoe looting Surrogate now after checking out its shops. I believe, yep, IBKarma is going to put slash on these bards, and he's going to go see if he can't get a quick kill here at the Castle Ball spot. Aegis Shield, I think both of our runners picked that up. That is a fantastic pickup if they happen to find a job that can actually equip shields. All right, what's the boss here? Castle Bale. It is Adamantimi, absolutely slashable. But that slash does not hit. All right, and we do have Judgejoe here going into Castle Kuza. Let's see what Castle Kuza will give us, and it looks like we have IBKarma going back into World 1. Dragoon Lance, meh. Quick Time Magic, I'm meh about it. Judgment Staff, meh. Genji Gloves, meh. Apollo's Harp, it has its uses. Hardened Dagger, that can be a really nice dagger. Odin Esper Magic, hello. Sage's Staff, that's okay. Big Guard Blue Magic, that's fantastic if we find blue. Ragnarok, that's great if we can find... Oh, Summon 5 and Odin here in the castle. Guess what our runners are going to pick up? So not only is Odin a fantastic damage-dealing summon, but it can also insta-kill a lot of enemies that are not heavy. So this is going to be absolutely fantastic, and I would imagine, yep, Bard start, you're absolutely picking up Apollo's Harp here. So I would imagine that once Karma picks up his tablet here, we are going to see Karma pretty much pick up the same stuff. Summon level 5, Odin, and probably the Apollo Harp. So this has the potential to be quite a fast seed once our runners get the MP to cast the Odin spell. It might take a couple of boss spots to get there, but our runners should be able to get there. And once they do, the damage is going to fly, and the seed is going to go very quickly. Pyramid Page in World 2. So we do know that the Pyramid Page is required, and we do know it is somewhere in World 2, and yes, X-Death's Castle is World 2. All right, so we have Judgejoe going to the Wind Shrine, which is usually the first official boss spot that most runners will check. And I think we have IBKarma immediately boogieing over to, well, first the town of Rugor and then to Kuza Castle. Circlet is a nice hat to pick up. Of course, it's also decent gold, but it's also good equipment. IBKarma getting the Pyramid Page in World 2 hint. And of course, both of our runners know that that is indeed required. And IBKarma now heading into Kuza Castle. Rama, who cares about Rama? We have Odin. All right, what do we have here up top? We have Carlibos. Bye, Carlibos. Bye, Crab. Crab. And we get the Elder Branch, which we know is required. But wait, why is the Elder Branch required? Okay, so in the randomizer, if you happen to go into Fork Tower with Galuf, yeah, the bad things. Oh my. Okay, so we got White Mage Crystal and we got Black level 4 from the Wind Shrine jobs. So there we go. So not only do we have insta-kill via Odin, we now have access to insta-kill via Doom. Or Break, I should say. Karma picked up Summon 5. He picked up Odin, and I missed the third thing he picked up. But anyways, Karma took Ragnarok. Thank you, Dry. But anyways, as I was saying, why do we need the Elder Branch? If you go into Fork Tower with Galuf, the game pretty much throws a fit and crashes. Spoiler alert, Galuf dies in the Moor Forest, and the character of Galuf eventually becomes Kara or Cryo. So in this part, oh look, it's Odin. So in the game, you need the Elder Branch in order to access Fork Tower. Oh no, Joe is one MP away from being able to cast Odin, and we have IBKarma checking, it looks like the Waltz Meteor, where we have Shiva. All right, one attack from the Apollo. You're probably going to need 2 or 3 attacks from that Apollo Harp to kill Odin here. And then we have Karma climbing up the Wind Shrine here as Judgejoe takes out Odin at the canal spot and finds a Moogle suit. That's nice. Moogle suit, while nerfed in this particular version of the randomizer, will still give you some decent equipment and possibly abilities. IBKarma casting the love song on Carlibos to basically paralyze it. This is going to be a slow fight for IBKarma, who did not pick up the Apollo Harp. Oh, and we have Time Mage here. Oh man, there is not a lack of jobs in this seed so far, right? We started with Bard, we picked up White Mage Crystal, and now we have Time Mage. And of course, right after picking up Time Mage, you get Time level 4. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. You're great. You're the best. So I would think now with the Time Mage Crystal equipped on runners and some more levels, I think now Odin becomes ultimately viable. Oh look, Chimera Brain. This is gonna go quick. Summon Odin. Goodbye, Chimera Brain. IBKarma still dealing with Karlabos. Meanwhile, we have Judgejoe taking out the ship graveyard and gets a guardian knife for his trouble. We do have IBKarma getting through Karlabos here in the Windshine, and we'll pick up the Elder Branch for his troubles. Judgejoe now starting to loot Carwyn. Mute spell, Deathclaw, handy stuff. Zerk ability can be handy. Nothing great in Carwyn here lootable. And we have IBKarma going immediately to the canal, where we know Odin and a Moogle suit await. All right, Judgejoe doing the first check of North Mountain. The second check in North Mountain obviously does not open up until World 3. All right, so we do have IBKarma singing a love song to Odin to paralyze him. And now it looks like IBKarma is going to bolt to Odin to his face. No, and now decides, you know what, let's do Ice 2 instead of Bolt 2. Dryzalizer noting in chat that Odin is breakable. Ifrit! Speaking of breakable, Ifrit! Actually, Ifrit's not breakable, he's doomable. Or, one cast of Odin, goodbye. And up here at North Mountain, check 1, we have Golem. That's great. That's a fantastic summon to pick up. All right, I believe now we're going to have Judgejoe probably go immediately to Moogle Village to check out. Yep. Judgejoe is now going to check out the Moogle Village, see what's there. Like I said, can get some really nice stuff here. Now, it's not as broken as it used to be because we did tick the level of the chests down in here a couple of notches. But you can still get some pretty nice stuff. Let's see what we get. IBKarma finding the Time Mage Crystal and slapping that on a couple of people right away, along with a White Mage. All right, what do we have in the 6-pack? Flare, Black Magic, Excalibur, Defender, Dark Matter, Magic Sword level 5, and 8,000 gil. So again, some pretty nice stuff there. It is not certainly game-breaking by any stretch of the imagination, but it is nice. Especially if you find equipped swords. and a decent physical job, that Excalibur will definitely do work against X-Death up in his castle and some other bosses. We do have Chimera Brain here for IBKarma. Goodbye. All right, Judgejoe pulling Shiva here at the Waltz Meteor location. I think Joe's going to have to be kind of careful here about his MP usage because I don't think he's got 4 casts of Odin. He didn't even have 2. He had 1. Oh, I was not aware of that. So our wonderful two of our walking encyclopedias of knowledge, Dryzalizer and Fiery, informing me and the rest of chat that by using equipped swords, you actually get the plus 23 strength bonus. And Shiva doing her thing. I think, yep, Judgejoe, I think he is going to have to reset and does. Meanwhile, we do have IBKarma. As long as he's here, he's going to pull the Moogle Waterway. He certainly has enough damage to, as long as he's got summon on enough of his characters, he has enough damage to pull this spot off. Hold 3 sword magic, that's nice. Especially considering how Karma just picked up magic sword level 3. Or level 5, I should say. My bad. All right, and here we have Greg 2, Gilgamesh 2. Annoying, but certainly beatable. If you've got enough casts of Odin. Yep, that's a reset. Yeah, I didn't think that would be... He didn't have enough people with Odin, simply. IBKarma, I think he's going for the loot more forest strat here. And I completely missed the hint that Judgejoe got in Waltz. Fantastic. So it does look like Judgejoe is going to climb Waltz here in order to check the Shiva spot. So the nice thing about the Moor Forest here is it does have relatively higher level loot. I mean, it's not quite as high level as the Moogle Village. But you can get some nice things. That Ice Shield is nice for characters that can equip it, or it's a nice, cool amount of money. And we have Leviathan up here. Break sword magic is fantastic. And bye, Leviathan. Cure 3 pickup for IBKarma. Wizard Rod pickup for Judgejoe. Wizard Rod is really nice given that they have access to black level 2, or Ice 2, Fire 2, Bolt 2, because that will enhance the damage of elemental spells by 50%. We have Magisa here at This is Megisa at the Elder Branch spot, and she is Odinable. Oh, this is going to be quite the levels here for IBKarma. And we do have Odin hitting the correct stalker. Look at that. Nice luck there. So now it's going to be, can Odin hit the correct stalker a second time? Steamship key from the Elder Branch. So I would think Karma's probably going to go rush that. Because the steamship key is 5 key item location checks. All right. Joe again pulling the stalker. Mountainous areas hold no value. So IBKarma knows now to avoid North Mountain. And now Judge Joe is going to try Comet Strats. Joe's got a 50% chance to hit this last stalker and does not, of course. Because if it's a 50-50 chance, you will pick the wrong one 90% of the time. That's just the way randomizer goes. Stalker not dying with that Apollo harp hit. Comet missing. All right, so again, we have it down to 50-50. It's one of the last two stalkers. Hits, and stalker will eventually die. All right, so what does Judge Joe get for his trouble here at the Tycoon Meteor? Another Guardian Knife. Yay. All right, IBKarma pulling the boss of the steamship, and it is Wing Raptor. So Judge Joe heading into World 2, going to pull the Castle Bale spot. I don't exactly remember what was here. We've seen it. Fiery reminding me, it is Adamant Timmy. So somebody will die here with the first attack from Timmy, but Timmy will die shortly thereafter. Bye, Lena. Bye, Bart. Oh, that was the third tablet, I think. And I missed what the first key item was from the steamship check. And thank you for letting me know that the steamship key was not checked on IBKarma's side. I thought I did check it, but meh. Karnak holds something. We're going to find out soon. I think it was the Waltz Tower key. Double lance. That's great if you have a ninja, but we don't have a ninja. We have Judge Joe heading to the Karnak Meteor. Meanwhile, we have IBKarma checking out these chests here. 12,000 gil is very nice, and pulls the first monster in a box. We'll use Odin to true edge this first batch of enemies away. Away with ye. Away, I say. Golem. That's nice. Speaking of Ninja Crystal, there's the Ninja Crystal. Ask and ye shall receive. These jobs are absolutely insane today. Because a lot of times, and we have Tyrannosaurus here at the Karnak Meteor. Phoenix down, 80% chance to hit, and of course it misses. Although Odin will take care of the Tyrannosaurus in one swoop. Lamia Harp and a Lamia's Tiara. So that was the Lamia Meteor. Falls page. There we have Judgejoe checking out the Karnak shops. Chat kind of discussing let's go, the least number of jobs that they've seen in a seed. I think I have had a seed with 3 jobs, and that's my least. Dragon Sword is great for early game, which we are way past that at this point. Anti-barrier. Now they should be able to do enough damage with Odin here to knock out Gogo before having the clock tick down. So hopefully, is he going to try? No, it looks like he's going to wait. So it looks like Karma's going to wait a couple of minutes, and Judgejoe is going to check out the Lanka ruins. Okay, so we're going to have Judgejoe pull the catapult here soon enough. All right, so who do we have here at the catapult? Gargoyles! So Odin should kill one. The question is, can he kill the other gargoyle? Oh, he's got 2 Odins. Okay. So these gargoyles will go down nice and easy. By the way, we do know that Gogo here is going to yield the Waltz Tower key thanks to a hint. I suppose I could check that already, but let's see what we have here. We have a power ring for Judgejoe from the Karnak, or not from Karnak. We have from the catapult. Hunter, Trainer, and Geomancer crystals. Judgejoe picking up a Hunter crystal. I do believe they have I do believe our runners have an Artemis bow. I believe from early. Equip katanas. That's usually something I pick up quick. Gogo taking 2 minutes to go down, and Karma's going to pick up his Waltz Tower key and a boatload of ability points. Now we have Joe going to go check the Lanka Meteor. Karma getting his levels and picks up the Waltz Tower key. Silverbow, Lamia Harp, and an Avis Killer. Nothing great there from the jobs. And hello, Omniscient! Just as Judgejoe sets up a Berserker, Omniscient appears. Now, This is going to be relatively easy because we do have Odin. So Judge Joe does have some really nice equipment for that Berserker, right? Artemis bow has some Kaiser knuckles and a dark hood, which makes that Berserker all that much more effective. IBKarma finding Phoenix Downs in, that's Karnak. Omniscient, meet Odin. Odin says, yeet! And I believe after this Odin, Omniscient is going to spam his flare and somebody's going to die. Not Omniscient. There he goes. Okay. One of the Odins must have rolled a little low. 3 Odins will usually take care of Omniscient here. And we get a Lilith Rod. And we do have IBKarma climbing the Waltz Tower. And finding Greg 1. Greg 1, about to die. Joe picking up the hint that mountainous areas are barren. And we do have Joe gonna go check out the Ifrit spot here. Bit of a bold play. A lot of people tend to try to wait till they get Ifrit's fire so they can take out both these locations at once. But if there's something here, it might be a while before Karma gets back there. Now, we do know the bracelet's in World 1, so it's got to be somewhere. I mean, could it be here? Fiery saying, I think that this or the Greg 1 spot has to be something, or Moogle Waterway, or Hiryu Valley. Yeah, because we still have Hiryu Valley left to check. Oh, Hiryu Valley can't be anything because it's mountainous. That's right. Level 4 quarter and a sub key for Judge Joe. Well, that's a bit of a spicy meatball. Could the sub key lead to maybe adamantite, which is where the bracelet is? Maybe, mayhaps, possibly. Fork Tower holds the shrine page. Oh, there's our bracelet. At the Waltz Meteor. So, didn't Judge Joe take care? No, I don't think Judge Joe went back to the Shiva spot after getting wrecked by Shiva. And Dreisleiser pointing out in chat that Kelb had haste 2. And given that we have Time Mage, haste 2 is a very wonderful spell to have. Judge Joe breathing a sigh of relief and being, now I can safely Berserker. Puts Berserk on his Hunter that is equipped with an Artemis bow and a Kaiser knuckle. So damage will be flying from that Berserker. IBKarma checking out licks. Meanwhile, we have Judgejoe taking on Greg 2. Should have significantly fewer problems with Greg 2 than IBKarma did when he pulled it earlier. Gilgamesh 2 going through his blah 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 blah. He's gonna jump, kill Lena, and not immediately die, but will probably die after this Gunjir. Nope. Here. Dies here. Oh, yep, dies here. And from the Moogle Waterway, we get the trench page. All right, IBKarma heading to Bale Castle to take on Adamantimi again, and I do believe we'll get Tablet 3 from here. As long as my eyes did not deceive me the last time. Judgejoe flying around looking for something. More. He hasn't done more. Goodbye, Adamantimi. And hi, Tablet 3. Getting the hint that Karnak holds the Walls Tower key. Thanks, game. Appreciate that. Really needed to know that, says IBKarma. All right, Karma heading into Kelb will be very quite happy, I would imagine, to pick up this Haste 2 that's coming up. They say Fork Tower holds the shrine page. And we have Judgejoe getting up a little bit of gold here. Karma cabining up. And what's Karma going to do from here? He's at minimum going to loot Hiryu Valley, Money Mountain, as it is also called. Now, question is he going? I would imagine he's going to peep the boss here for something Odinable, for some quick and dirty levels, because you can get some good experience here. Power Staff handy to berserk things. And we have Judgejoe heading into more forest. So far, no great loot here so far for IBKarma in Hiryu Valley. Was that white level 3 followed immediately by white level 4? Thanks, game. Appreciate that. Next chest's going to be white level 5. Is that what you're going to do, game? Man, this Money Mountain has been very disappointing. Two-handed. Okay. Not bad. Judgejoe picking up that wonderful ice shield. And here we have Puroboros. This is annoying. But it does look... Is Karma going to try this? Okay, Love Song followed by True Edge, and got him. That's a fat amount of experience. And gets a Lamia's Terra for his troubles. But, I mean, really the more valuable thing there was the experience. I would imagine now he's going to feel a lot more comfortable going into Xstats Castle. And that looks to be, yeah, he's rushing it immediately. Judgejoe about to pull the boss here at Moore. I remember that the boss here at Moore was definitely Odinable. Don't remember what it was, but I remember it was Odinable. All right, so down here at the Greg 1 spot, we have Archeoavis. Oh, this is annoying. Not difficult, just annoying. All right, so those of you who are familiar with Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, I would equate Archeoavis here to being the Fabul Gauntlet, because Archeoavis does have the 5 distinct phases, and there is no way to skip a phase. You have to do all 5 phases individually. It's annoying. Not overly difficult, just annoying, just like the Fabul Gauntlet. And Judgejoe picking up the Steamship key. So I imagine Judgejoe is going to rush the Steamship key, as he should. Okay, and now I believe... Yep, we are now in the final phase of Archeoavis. Okay, we have Judgejoe heading into the steamship. IB running out of MP. Goodbye, Archeoavis. You're annoying. So what do we have here for our troubles down in this spot? We have a hero drink. Yeah. Come on, show me the goods. Mithril Spear. Yeah. Thanks, game. I always wanted one of those. I appreciate it. All right, and up the tower Karma goes. And Xstats Tower here can sometimes hold some really nice loot. We'll see what the tower has here. Meanwhile, we have Judgejoe taking on the Wing Raptor here at the steamship. Another Lamia's Tiara, which makes Tiara number 3 for our runners. Be great if we had a dancer with the... Oh, there's Hero Song Magic. Hello. We like that. X-Zone Time Magic. That's even nicer. Well, that's just as nice. Angel Suit. You'd think a white mage can equip an angel suit. Yeah, I mean, you'd think, but no. Angel suits are chemists only. Oh, IBKarma missing the timing and draws an imp. Well, this imp is going to be drawn and quartered. Well, actually, well, halved. Not drawn and quartered, drawn and halved. Dry mentioning something in chat that I wholly get on board with, that the Angel suit should have been called the lab coat. I cannot agree with you more, good sir. Night Crystal. Well, that Excalibur will be really useful. If IBKarma picked up the Berserk ability, slap the Knight with an Excalibur and the Berserk ability, and goodbye. Judgejoe about to pull his anti-barrier. I think this was the Falls page. Or is the Falls page the first one? Nope, there it is. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Gogo does go down to the Berserker. Whew. All right, and we have IBKarma pulling the Soul Cannon. I think Karma usually does the Greg 4 spot before Carbuncle, so I'm guessing this is the Greg 4 spot. And now we have Judgejoe going back to the Shiva spot here. The Waltz Meteor, which we know is Shiva, which we know will give the bracelet. Got two-handed Knight doing work with an Excalibur and a Ragnarok. And goodbye, Shiva, says the Berserker. And gets the bracelet. So I think we're going to have Judgejoe probably just rush right into Extes Castle here. Oh no, Judgejoe going to pull Barrier Tower first. And this Soul Cannon here giving IBKarma a little bit of trouble. I mean, this is a relatively high HP spot here. And IBKarma just whittling it down bit by bit. White Mage using fists. All right, so what do we have here in the first check of the barrier tile? Pulls two yellow dragons. That Apollo Harp doing work. Of course, Odin will do more work. Goodbye. Sandworm bait. Interesting. And there goes the Soul Cannon IBKarma spot, and for his trouble, he gets a strength suit. Yay. Thank you, game. Appreciate you. So, if I'm kind of reading this at all right, we'll probably see Judgejoe go straight from here into Exdeath's castle, since it is literally right there. Oh, hi, Necrophobe. Appreciate you, Necrophobe. This is going to be fun. Mirage Radar, that's a fantastic pickup for Judgejoe. Now, obviously, we know that the Bahamut spot that Exdeath, or not Exdeath, I'm looking at IBKarma screen. Obviously, we know that the Mirage Radar opens up the Bahamut spot, and we know that that's barren, right? But the Mirage Radar opens up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shops of some really nice stuff. And we have Shote at the top of the tower. Oh, this is annoying. I didn't see any softs in that list. Oh, that's problematic. That might just be a reset here. Yep, that's a reset. Now, I do believe that Judgejoe did pick up the heal spell. So that's why he's going to the White Mage for heal. And I'm a little surprised he didn't put up Golem either, too. So I would imagine if he might be, adjusting things, he's going to put up a Golem and then use the White Mages to heal. Meanwhile, that so Shote is considered a beast here in the game, right? And beasts will always do well. The Artemis bow will always crit against beasts, so you can count on that nearly 5,000 damage with every hit from Artemis's bow. Okay, and there goes the Golem. Meanwhile, we still have IBKarma working on the Necrophobe here. There's another almost 5,000 damage to Shote. And there goes the final barrier for Necrophobe. And now it is a damage race. Although we have Golem up on IBKarma's side. So by the time Necrophobe attacks twice, gets 2 turns, I would imagine that the Necrophobe will be dead. And that flash really inhibiting that Knight's ability to actually do damage. Okay. We have Golem saving IBKarma. Bye-bye Shote, and almost bye-bye Necrophobe. Gold armor at the top of the tower. Fantastic. And goodbye, necrophobia. And as expected, Judge Joe is going to take the barrier tower straight into XS Castle. X-Fight ability and a Yoichi bow pickup for Karma. Ooh, that's nice. And that spot was worth it for that X-Fight ability. And the Yoichi bow is nice, but that X-Fight ability is even better. Yeah, for the reason that Dryzalizer mentions in chat. You have a knight with an Excalibur, you slap X-Fight on that knight, goodbye. IBKarma not doing X-Fight strats. Interesting. And we do have Judge Joe pulling the Archaeoavis here. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see Karma put Berserk on the knight from one of the white mages. And goodbye, Archaeoavis. All right, we've got Judge Joe looting his way up XS Castle. Meanwhile, we do have IBKarma pulling X-Death, who does not put his knight in the front row, and who has not yet done 2 hits to X-Death from the one knight. Well, he's done 2 total hits in 2 turns. But given that the knight is holding 2 swords, that's a 50% success rate. That's not good. Judge Joe picking up the hero song magic. Picking up X Zone. We still have Karma taking on X Death here. Nope. Well, I don't think he put up Golem. Judge Joe picking up that Night Crystal. And speaking of Night, goodbye, Night. Fire 3 hitting, Ice 3 hitting. Does not kill either character, which is good. Meanwhile, Bart's finally hitting both swords on X-Death. Judge Joe pulling the carbuncle spot, which is necrophobia, which I'm sure Judge Joe is absolutely thrilled to see. All right, and X-Death is down for IBKarma. So wait a minute. We have a hint that the pyramid page is in World 2. Does that mean the pyramid page is on Ziza's fleet? And our runners need to go find the Here You Call. Yeah, so our runners have to find the Here You Call somewhere. Now, it could be here in Fork Tower. Oh man, could this be a double Fork Tower? Could this be Shrine Page? Well, we know the Shrine Page is here, but could this be Shrine Page and the Here You Call? And IBKarma wasting no time going into Fork. This is an interesting play. Let's see how these bosses are here. Oh, Fiery pointing out that it could also be Big Bridge that has the pyramid page. Oh, and Fiery pointing out a real good point, right? We have the hint that the Big Bridge key is in the falls. Magic lamp pickup is nice. And the sub key was in the Ifrit spot in Library 1. Oh, that would... Running shoes. Oh, man, this is a nice Fork Tower pickup here. All right, so what do we have on this side of Fork Tower? All right, Judgejoe has the barriers down, and now we'll just start beating Necrophobe about the head and neck. And the first boss here, we pull. Here you plant. Oh, Odin. And we have a Slumber Sword. And we have Greg 3 on the other side. Setting up Break Sword. We have Judgejoe taking care of Necrophobe. We'll pick up his X-Fight and Yoichibo, but X-Fight is the real prize there. I think we're seeing Break Sword for Enkidu, who, well, here's Enkidu. Enkidu is not long for this world. Will White win, though? 8,500. And, of course, the Break Sword misses. Because, of course, it does. And then the Arrow 3 takes out Bart. And Judgejoe pulling the Soul Cannon. Yeah, this is not looking good for IBKarma here. Oh, look, it's Deathclaw. IBKarma's in trouble. All right, so there goes Enkidu, but that didn't work. So I think what he's going to do now is, now that he knows Hiryu Planet is on the right side, he's going to send one person to the right side and then send 3 people over to the left, is my guess. And we have Judgejoe whittling away Soul Cannon here. Yep, and just sends Kryle, Kara, however you want to call her, off to the Hiryu Plant on her own. It looks like we have a Time Mage on Judgejoe's side, with Bolt 2 strat, Bolt 2 Magic Sword, Bolt 2 Magic Sword strats. All right, Judgejoe takes care of Soul Cannon, picks up a Strength Suit, will heal up, and I would imagine do a little bit of party fixing. And does X fight Excalibur the Kara, the knight? And does get the true edge. Okay, so now it's Greg 2 again. Or Greg 3, I'm sorry. All right, IBKarma versus Gilgamesh 3, Part 2. Fight! Now, with 3 players, with 3 characters in the party, this should go much more smoothly here for IBKarma. And we're getting Hero Song strats on Judgejoe's side. And there goes the X fight, doing roughly 8k damage, probably closer to 7,500. X Death is not long for this world, already into... Oh, I thought that was going to be a double hit. So you can see how much more quickly that fight went on Judgejoe's side, right? I mean, that was ridiculously fast with X fighting Excalibur. So IBKarma not bringing the knight back up, and we have Judgejoe immediately warping back to World 1. All right, so now it is IBKarma versus Enkidu, and Odin will take care of Enkidu. Oh, Judgejoe's going up Wolf's Tower. Okay. And there is the shrine page for IBKarma. And as expected, IBKarma is immediately going to the shrine. The island shrine, of course, has 3 key item checks, the 2 trap chests in here, and the boss. And we have a Minotauros. You know, that X fight with Ragnarok would be very handy right about now. Bide today, also known as Ferris. All right, so I think now we're going to see Judgejoe probably go, World 3, maybe pull the Phantom Village right away to go shopping. Yep. Judgejoe going to go do some shopping. All right, what do we have here in the Phantom Village? Shoat for sale? Not bad. Wizard rods for sale. Wait. Did Karma not save after doing fork? Oh no! Blue and mix for sale in the Phantom Village. So given that there's Big Guard in Kuza Castle, I would imagine that that's an immediate pickup. Dragon Fangs, probably an immediate pickup now that we just got Mix. Judgejoe selling off pretty much anything that's not bolted down. Picking up a stack of Dragon Fangs. Nothing great here. Rainbow shirt, if you were relying on a dancer, which they're not. Okay, what do our hints say here? Karnak is Path to the Void. Thanks, game. The first tablet is in World 3. Thanks, game. Ooh, a Masamune. There's the equip swords. Equip swords, thank you. Mimic. And throw, yeah. But man, that Mimic. Mimic mix with Dragon Fangs. Oh man, that is instant humongous levels against X-Death. All right, so what do we have Judgejoe going to go do first? Saving somewhere in the middle of nowhere. He's going to... Oh, this is a cheeky play. He's going to go do Sunken Walls. So let's see what we have down here in the depths of Sunken Walls. Now, keep in mind, Judgejoe does know that Fork Tower is Path to the Void. He does have that hint. And it's Greg 4 down here. This is not good. This is very not good. Basically, this is a 40,000 HP spot. There is no way you're going to do the 40,000 damage before Gilgamesh does his long scripted rude death routine. 48,000. Sorry. Thank you, Fiery. 48,000. And you have to do 48,000 damage to Gilgamesh for to kill him outright, or you have to do the long, drawn-out scene. And by the way, the timer only has 6 minutes. And IBKarma again, taking down Gilgamesh 3. And now we'll head back to the shrine. Gilgamesh change. I believe it's 3 attacks with Excalibur before X-Death says, you know what, you're going to the void. I didn't check to see, but hopefully Karma saved before taking on Minotaur this time. Still not putting on X-Fight. Not doing the Mirage Vest glitch. For those of you that might not be familiar with the Mirage Vest glitch, if you have the Mirage Vest equipped and somebody attacks you and takes off the blink effect, then what you can do is you can rearrange your equipment in your hands and go back to the main screen, and it will refresh the Mirage Vest effect. And for his trouble, Judgejoe picks up a Slumber Sword. And there's Holy. And again, for anybody that may be kind of showing up a little late-ish, there are 2 tablets out there. We know tablet 1 is in World 3. We know that this shrine here is Path to the Void. And we know the pyramid is Path to the Void. And we know the pyramid page is in World 2. That's what we know. So we have Karma entering the shrine. Hi, Rama. All right, IBKarma pulling Invisible. A bit of an annoying fight, but not terrible. Okay, so now Invisible puts up the image, and now again you just have to attack. This is the annoying part. And we do have Judgejoe down at the trench, probably going for the other shop, as well as the other 3 hints that are down here. And there could be some decent gear down here. Heavy Spear, not one of those pieces of decent gear. This is the end. Dies. There's tablet 4. All right, so what else do we have here in this shrine? So at this point, we are reasonably sure that, at least at this point, Ifrit's Fire is present in World 3, okay. Waltz Meteor is Path to the Void. Istri Falls is Path to the Void. Oh, that's a problem for IBKarma. Chicken Knife. That's a problem for IBKarma unless he finds Ifrit's Fire. Because Karma is probably not going to check the Ifrit spot until he finds Ifrit's Fire. Now, the good news is we just saw Ifrit's Fire is in World 3, so it could be here. But we have Judgejoe immediately going to the falls. So you can kind of see the path that's being laid out here a bit. Right? The path that's being laid out here is you needed the falls page and the sub key. Probably the big bridge key or the Here You Call is going to be here, which will lead to the pyramid page, which will lead to tablet 1. Yeah, Joe knows exactly where he needs to go now. And at some point, probably after he does the pyramid loop and getting tablet 1 out of the pyramid, then he'll probably do Fork Tower last to the shrine to tablet 4. We have IBKarma pulling Bahamut here as the shrine boss. Should be able to take out Bahamut before Bahamut gets a Mega Flare out. Oh, there's Flare to the face. Judgejoe taking out Marigine as the guardian of the shrine. Or not the shrine, of the falls. All right, so down goes IBKarma, down goes Bahamut, and there's the Adamantite. That could be problematic for IBKarma. We do have Judgejoe looting the falls, picking up some nice 18,000 gil. IBKarma going back to the Moogle Waterway. Okay, so we have Judgejoe resting up here in the falls, And we have IBKarma going after Greg 2 here down in Moogle Waterway. Magic Sword level 6, that's nice. Because we do know Flare Sword magic is in the shrine, so that's handy. All right, so what do we have here? Are we going to have the big bridge key, or are we going to have the Hear You Call? I guess it could be Ifrit's Fire. Oh, yeah, you're right. Is it hinted, big bridge key? You mentioned that it was. I had forgotten about that. IBKarma picking up the trench page. And there is the aforementioned big bridge key. Okay, where's Karma headed next? Is Karma going to do some of the Karma, you don't have the sub. Karma wanted to go to the trench page. Karma wanted to go to the trench, but you don't have the sub, dude. And Judgejoe pulling the triplets here at the big bridge. Oops. Now we just wait. There's the Delta attack that's going to hit somebody. Hey, you know what? Hitting the Berserker is not bad. As long as you have Odin on somebody. All right, so we have here at the tool pass spot, we have Galura. Hi, Galura. You're going to die. All right. What do we have here at the tool pass spot? A ribbon. Somewhat nice. Oh no! Does not get the triplets down all at once. All right, takes out purple. Berserker, will it take out red? No. Yes, it takes out red, so now we just need to take out green. Cure 3, Cure 3. Oh, no, or next fight. Next fight will do it. And the triplets go down. And this should be our pyramid page. Pyramid page. So we do have 3 trap chests and the pyramid page and the pyramid boss. The first tablet is going to be somewhere there. Judgejoe is hoping it's in one of the trap chests, so you don't have to go all the way through the pyramid, so you can just kind of loot most of it and get out. Oh, look! Oh, Odin, come here, I got a job for you. Too bad it's not equipped. IBKarma pulling the sandworm. I missed where he is. Wait, is this vanilla sandworm? No, wait. I missed where Karma is. All right, Judgejoe climbing the pyramid. Judgejoe picking up level 2 old, which is nice if you're in a death by math, but that time has pretty much come and passed. All right, Judgejoe pulling the first monster in a box. And we have a Yoichi bow from the first trap chest. Equip Odin. Odin insta-kills these next 2 trap chests. Equip Odin. 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 No. You know, this is hurting my soul. All right, what do we have here from trap chest number 2? We have first tablet. Ooh, there's Sildra. And there's the Hear You call from Flying Lankaroo in check 1. Oh man, how disappointed is IBKarma going to be? Because IBKarma does have the hint that the pyramid page is in World 2. How disappointed is he going to be to find that the Hear You call is not what he's looking for? Lots of summons in here. Sildra, Bahamut, Titan. Another pair of running shoes. And IBKarma pulling the Arcuavis spot, and it's Apocalypse. So I imagine Judgejoe's next play is go immediately to the Fork Tower, which he knows is Path to the Void. And he also knows that the Shrine page is there. And I'm pretty sure he knows Shrine is Path to the Void. Apocalypse goes down. I don't think there can actually be anything here. Avis Killer. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure now we have seen every key item except for Ifrit's Fire, and we know Ifrit's Fire is in World 3. So IBKarma doing the absolutely logical thing on his end and going to the Ziza fleet. I mean, we know that that's... It is objectively the correct play here, because he does know the pyramid page is in World 2. So he knows that it's either at the big bridge or it's here. All right, we'll see how much luck Judgejoe has on his first trip into Fork. Remember, it took IBKarma, well, it took IBKarma 2 trips to get through Fork the first time. Of course, then IBKarma had to full clear fork a second time because he forgot to save before going into Shrine and got wrecked by Minotauros. Hi, Gabbledagat. Bye, Gabbledagat. And now we're pulling the boss here. And I believe Judgejoe is going to pick up his second pair of running shoes pretty quickly. And we have Byblos. Byblos is not long for this world. All right, Judgejoe now is scaling the other side of Fork in preparation for his meeting with what we know to be the Hear You plant. And there's the zonk Karma did desperately not want to see. So now if you're Karma, where do you go? I mean, I think he still has to do the Odin spot in World 3. But he's going to World 1. This is good. Oh, he's doing... okay, so he didn't do the Tycoon Meteor. Judgejoe taking out the Hear You plant relatively quickly, as is to be expected, because Odin picks up his Slumber Sword. Stalker goes down, one hit. All right, and here comes Greg 3. Oh, and mixes a death potion. Oh, that is beautiful. That is a job well done, Joe. Nicely done. And there's a shrine page. And now he's going to immediately rush the shrine. Please save. Don't save. 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 Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. And we're just going to do Dragon Power and... I think X-Fight? Yep, X-Fight. Funk. 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 Dryzlizer in chat asking for a Kiss of Blessing. Not going to be needed. I think 2 X-Fights will be enough to take down Minotauros. And we do have IBKarma now going into the library to pick up what we know to be the sub-key from the Ifrit spot. And for those of you that may not know, the Kiss of Blessing mix, it grants you Image, it grants you Haste, and it grants you Berserk, which is really handy for some battles like against Minotauros. And True Edge's Golem, just for the heck of it. He doesn't need Golem, he already has Golem. So why not kill Golem for the heck of it? And picks up his sub-key. All right, so we know that Karma has to make the falls play. But, yep, he's making the trench play, which makes sense. Now, but the trench is going to hint Karma into the falls. So we know IBKarma is going to immediately book it to the falls after this. And we do have Judgejoe trying to run from these invisibles to proc the other fight. I forget the name of the other fight. Pantera, there we go. Who can be shouted. Goodbye, Pantera. And there's tablet 4. So 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 25 seconds into the seed, Judgejoe has entered go mode. So thinking ahead, right, what bosses have we not seen that could appear here in the Void? We haven't seen Titan. What else haven't we seen? We haven't seen Crayclaw, who isn't a problem. Who else haven't we seen? Think. We haven't seen a panda. So there could be a French vanilla, a panda. Califisteri we haven't seen. Halicarnassus we haven't seen. Oh, Dry bringing up Carbuncle. Yep, we haven't seen Carbuncle. Ooh, there's the Blue Mage Crystal for IBKarma. Ooh, Fiery Blizzard bringing up Twintania. Have not seen him, her, it. All right, but we do have Judgejoe diving the Void. Here we go. Let's see what we have here in the Void. So we're not going to see IBKarma check any more than, well, this. Waltz Meteor, Path to the Void. History Falls, Path to the Void. Goodbye. Oh, he's probably going to check the shop. Yeah, check the shop, see what's here. X Magic. Nothing great there. Judgejoe still checking Void Chest, probably hoping for either the Samurai job or Guild Toss ability. Mimic job would be nice. Freelancer would be nice. Assassin's Dagger, normally I would say nice, but we've already seen Minotauros, so meh. All right, so we have IBKarma rushing the falls at this point. Bunch of Gil. Holy White Magic, nice to have, but I mean, you know, not really what you're looking for. Okay, so Judgejoe about to pull the first boss from the Void, and the first boss is, drum roll please, Vanilla Califisteri. You know, looking at it, we could have a pretty vanilla Void, right? Because we haven't seen Catastrophe either. We could have vanilla Califisteri. We could have vanilla Halicarnassus. We could have vanilla Catastrophe. We could have vanilla Twintania. We could have a very vanilla Void. Will we? Probably not, but we could. Oh, and a panda. That's right. I had mentioned a panda. All right. IBKarma certainly searching some of these falls chests because he's not nearly as well equipped for the void as Judgejoe is. Especially considering how Judgejoe found Mix in Phantom Village. Now, IBKarma does have the hero song, which is handy and nice, but that is a slower X-Death kill than Mix. Guard ring is kind of nice to have. All right, so what do we have here at the Panda spot? IBKarma picking up Leviathan. Really, game? Really? Really? We're 2 for 2. Now, we know that the Apocalypse spot will not be vanilla because we've seen Apocalypse. Judgejoe going with Wizard Rod boosted Fire 3, X Magic, tried and true method to absolutely beat a panda about his horns. Oh, and double toads the white mage. Thank you, a panda. We appreciate that. Abductor pull for IBKarma here at the falls. And goodbye, a panda. And goodbye, Abductor. IBKarma getting his big bridge key. Judgejoe doing a little bit of shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Getting ready to go battle the Apocalypse spot. Which again, we know is not vanilla. It cannot be vanilla because we've seen Apocalypse. IBKarma pulling the triplets. Not using Odin, instead using the magic lamp. Judgejoe still looking for a samurai job or another pair of running shoes or something just to help. And here we have, it's Siren. Oh, this is great. Good. Oh. Okay, we have IBKarma going straight into the pyramid. Goodbye, Siren. Goodbye, Sergeant. And we have Atmos here at the catastrophe spot. Atmos not particularly difficult once Atmos kills somebody with comedy. Ooh, looks like IBKarma accidentally stepped over one of those spikes, which do a fair amount of damage and poison everybody. IBKarma pulling his first monster box, which is an Archaeosaur. And Atmos goes down before it can kill any of the characters. As I said, not particularly difficult. All right, Judgejoe gonna pop a cabin or a tent and save. IBKarma going through this Archaeosaur. Picking up a Yoichibo for IBKarma. Judgejoe about to pull the Halicarnassus spot. And at the Halicarnassus spot, we have... Game. Really? 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 Another vanilla boss? Game, what do you... What? Excuse me? Game. You need to be more random. Must be more random. This is randomizer. Randomizer means you must be more random. Halicarnassus is not random. A panda was not random. Califasteri was not random. Game, what you do? And IBKarma picks up his first tablet and is in go mode. So as you can see, Halicarnassus is not superly difficult, just annoying here. Ow! That hurt. Kara gets one-shotted by Halicarnassus. And I would imagine we see IBKarma looting some of these chests, a lot of these chests, if not all of them, to try to find something to help him out more with his Ned and Ted fight. Ted, of course, being Tree X Death and Ned being Neo X Death. Halicarnassus goes down. And now Judgejoe is going to save and prepare for the surely not random Twintania spot. Right? I mean, there's no way the Twintania spot is going to be random, right? Right? I mean, I could see French vanilla, but there's no way it's going to be vanilla. No way. And there's our Titan. Oh! Did Karma pick up? I'm guessing I missed Joe pick up Guild Toss, because if it's in the forest, Joe full cleared the forest. All right, Rob Kozoki in chat confirming that Joe did pick up Guild Toss, and we just missed it. So the Ned and Ted fight for Judgejoe is going to be quite simple, right? It's going to be mix till you get levels, Guild Toss to win. Fiery Knight. Karma's Knight has had Magic Sword, and I believe it's Magic Sword level 5 or 6 on his Knight the entire time. And we just have Judgejoe here smacking around Titan until it smacks him around. Karma taking out the quite vanilla Talifasteri on his way to the quite vanilla Panda. All right, there we go. Titan is down. And now Judgejoe, I would imagine, will make some final adjustments to his party to set up for the Tree X Death and Neo X Death fights. So we have Joe setting up his party here. So it looks like he's setting up somebody with Break Blade, with the Break Magic Sword ability. So it looks like, I think, if I'm reading this right, at all, I think what he's planning to do is Magic Lamp the back, Break Blade Almagest, and X Magic the other two. To answer Ryban in chat, does Joe have the power to make it through Ned easily enough? Yeah. Yep, he does. I'm not 100% sure what the strategy is going to be right now. Does he have the power to make it through? Yes, absolutely he does. I'm not sure. All right, so no, maybe he didn't pick up Guild Toss. So I'm not exactly sure what the strategy is going to be here for Joe. Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be Magic Lamp the back, Break Blade the Almagest part, and mix to X Magic Fire 3 the Black Mage, and just take out those two with the Black Mage with X Magic, I think. Yeah, this should not be. I mean, this is certainly doable for Judgejoe. I mean, really, if I'm thinking about it, Ted might, the tree form might be a bigger pain than Ned. Maybe. We'll see. No, Meteo Time Magic for the last check. Fiery, our resident Blue Mage Stan, mentioning that you could mix into Blue Magic strats. Okay, Karma taking down the Vanilla Panda and is on his way to the Apocalypse spot. All right, here we go. Judge Joe pulling Tree X Death. Singing the Vitality song. White hole missing. Judge Joe putting up a big guard. And now he's going to sing the hero song. Meanwhile, Siren goes down on IBKarma side. Judge Joe putting up a golem while he waits for the sing. Meanwhile, Atmos one-shots today, or Ferris. Judge Joe using Dark Shock to Tree X Death to lower his attack and to lower the chance that White Hole hits. I like that. That wasn't a long time to sing. I'm not sure how many levels were actually gained there. Okay, so now we're going to sing a speed song. And we're going to start taking on the tree form of X-Death here. 66-15 from Silder, not bad at all. $71.01 from an Ice 3. Using a magic lamp for Mega Flare. 35-25. It's something. And Judge Joe's gonna get holy. Not a ton of damage though, thanks to that dark shock and the big guard that Judge Joe has up. So really the big worry here is X-Death casting Meteo. IBKarma having some problems here with Helicarnassus. And X-Death, tree form, down as the void begins to devour X-Death. Why? What is void? Still have Karma kind of struggling along with this Helicarnassus here. And on Judgejoe's sides, enter Neo X Death. And the Holy kills off IBKarma, who takes a wipe to Helicarnassus at their vanilla location. All right. Karma pulling Helicarnassus part 2 in a second, and we do have Judgejoe trying to take out Neo X Death here. Okay, we do have the Almaguest portion down. Here goes the back portion. Judgejoe trying to Dark Shock. Nice dodge there by Kara, or Cryo, however you'd like to call it. Cryo summoning a thunderstorm. IBKarma pulling Helicarnassus again. It's chicken knifed. Judgejoe steadily taking out the last two forms here of Neo X Death. Laws of physics are broken. Kral hits her 160. I helped! IBKarma taking another holy to the face. Hey, and Helicarnassus helps out IBKarma by casting Toad, but just as Helicarnassus does that, Judgejoe takes down Neo X Death. Everybody in chat, get out your GGs. Judgejoe has won this race with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 10 seconds. Well played, Judgejoe, who will move on to the bottom bracket finals. So, just to kind of give you an idea what's coming up here as IBKarma continues his trek through the void. Day after tomorrow, so Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the upper bracket finals between Alistair 0579 and Fiery Blizzard. The winner of that matchup will go on to the grand final. The loser of that matchup will go on to face Judgejoe for a spot against Fiery Blizzard, or against the winner of Fiery Blizzard, Alistair, in the grand final. Because this is a double elimination tournament. Judgejoe currently has one loss. Alistair and Fiery both are defeatless. On Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, somewhere on the Speed Gaming family of networks, will be the upper bracket final. And we do have IBKarma here taking on Titan at the Twintania spot. And we are joined in the commentator's booth here by our race winner, Judgejoe. Joe, really well played. GG, my friend.
Thank you. It was a fun seed. For a moment with the hints and the 2 early tablets, I thought it was going to be a bit of a jet. Even with the Fork Tower hint, that just means challenge, not necessarily directionless, but then I could not find the World 2 Pyramid page.
Yeah, that one was certainly an interesting one, right? Having to take you on a little bit of a path there through the falls, right? Because the falls led you to the big bridge key, which then led you to the pyramid page.
Yeah, I also misremembered my hints just a little bit. I thought I remembered. I remembered it a little later, especially when I went and got the trench page hint, which said falls. But I thought I remembered there was a hint that was Walls Tower had the big bridge key.
Oh, okay. So the hint was that the falls had the big bridge key, and that something else had the Walls Tower key. So yeah, I can understand how you get those confused. Absolutely.
If I remembered that the first time, I don't go to trench ever. I don't go to sunken walls. I go directly to the falls because I was. Yes, it could be the Hiru call, but I don't know where that is. I have no hints for that.
So Karma actually did find the Hear You Call. The Hear You Call was behind the Adamantite, which was at Tool Pass.
Ah.
So, but basically, what the difference, the major difference in this seed came down to, is your pull of the Ifrit spot, and you got that submarine key, and you got that nice and early when you were doing your World 1 checks. IBKarma, I think it took him until 145, 150 to go to that spot.
Yeah, a bit of my routing typically is try and clear as much of World 1 as I can before heading into some of the more difficult things. So I'll go and head around the meteors, get my early levels, and then right after Lanka Meteor, I'll typically check the library hint. And unless I have a reason not to, you don't save all that much time single dipping library versus double. Because the most of the walk is after the first. Feels like it's after the first fight, so doesn't feel like I saved too much.
Well, but I mean, a couple other plays helped you out, right? I mean, you made the play to the barrier tower, which gave you the Mirage Raider, which gave you some really nice damage dealing capability, which certainly helped. And you also made good use of that X fight ability that you found in X Death's Castle. So, I mean, in general, you were in most fights doing a lot of the same fights quicker than IBKarma was because you were just flat out doing more damage.
Yeah. One thing that made me
IBKarma just pulled the Shinryu chest and ran
oops.
away from it. Did it for the fans, for the memes.
Ah. One thing that kind of worried me a little bit. I never actually did find Revivifies. So I ended up not having those for life shields and had to come up with alternative strategy for Neo X Death.
And we have IBKarma pulling Carbuncle at the Void save spot. Revivifies were definitely somewhere in World 1. Fiery thinks that they were in the Karnak 3rd shop.
Maybe I missed them when scrolling over, but I thought I checked the 3 magic, the weapon, the armor, and the item. Or is there a shop other than those in Karnak?
The 3 magic, the weapon and the armor, and I know that the Karnak item is duplicated somewhere. Post escape.
Oh. It changes?
There's an added shop, so there's a 3rd shop. Okay, so you have the weapon shop, you have the armor shop. After you clear the steamship and Karnak Castle, there's a 3rd shop that appears in that area. It's a wandering merchant in that building.
Neat. I would never have checked there if I actually did go and try and hunt down Revivifies. Glad I didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, and as you picked up those dragon fangs and you had potions, so if you needed to mix, right, you could always just mix those 2 together to up your levels, and you did that to great effect in a couple of cases.
Yeah. The other thing I wasn't sure of is what exactly my Neo X Death damage plan was. With the jobs and limited ability slots, I'm not a fan of having no jobs, of having to go and have 4 slots to figure out a party of mixed skill toss or mixed summon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like having a couple more slots for that, and I thought about attempting for Death by Math, but I don't quite know it and haven't practiced it, so I again also limited slots, so I didn't think it was a great idea.
Well, it worked out well, right? You sang some, right? So you sang the hero song. You probably could have gone a little longer with the hero song, but it worked. But your hero sing and the blue guard and just your raw damage capability with the boosted Sildra and the boosted level 3 spells out of that black mage. I mean, not a problem. I mean, you certainly go ahead.
I'm assuming the lack of Grand Cross was because of the speed song, increasing my speed heavily.
I'm not sure of that mechanic, unfortunately. Fiery and Dry are in chat and might be able to elucidate that a little bit. But it could also just be RNG. You could have just got RNG friendly. And we do have IBKarma pulling Tree X Death. Yeah, you are on now to the bottom bracket finals. How does it feel, man?
Feels unexpected when I went and signed up for the tournament to now. Did not expect to get much further. I thought maybe I'd have a chance at 1 win, but was not expecting to get all the way to this point. Very happy to get here, and next opponent will be a fun one. It'll either be Fiery Blizzard or a rematch with Alistair.
Yep. And of course, your opponent will be determined Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And it does look like IBKarma did take a white hole to his hero song user. And yeah, no, this was you played this scene really pretty well, Joe. It was pretty impressive to see you go. I mean, and as Dreiselizer mentions in chat, that you just keep getting better and better pretty darn quickly.
It definitely helps when the seed gives you a tablet at the beginning and a Moogle suit shortly after to give you a little push to get going.
Yeah, that Moogle suit was actually really handy for you in Castle X Death fight. I mean, X fight with a knight with an Excalibur that was rather large damage.
Yeah, the knight from Castle X Death definitely made me have an easier fight. One thought I had but didn't go and do was I noticed White Mage can wear Lamia's tiara, and there was a Sage's staff in the who behind the
Castle?
tablets. Yeah. So I never tried it, but I was wondering if a dancing sage staff would do good damage against X Death.
Yeah, I've never thought about trying that. That would have been interesting. I mean, as you kind of saw earlier, right? The Apollo harp sword dance doesn't work. I'm not sure if you can sword dance with the Sage's staff. That'd be interesting to try.
Got it. So that I saw that it didn't work, but I didn't know if it was an elemental thing, like when trying to do an X-Cow swing against the crystals, or didn't know why it didn't work. It just didn't work.
Yeah, I don't think harps and sword dance work together the way some other weapons do.
But singing and dancing.
I mean, you have a point. You really do have a point. IBKarma takes down the tree form of X Death after some bard singing and some gill tossing to the face. Fiery Blizzard saying, but yeah, sword dance is physical. And, 0 times 4 is still 0 because, you don't get any damage out of the bard. All right, we are getting IBKarma here, pulling Neo X Death. Going through his magic lamp here, taking out the Leviathan, and looks like he's going to break blade the Almagest part. Or he's going to jitterbug duet it.
Yeah, the other thing that had worried me about my X Death fight is I didn't have softs either, so if a single white hole hit, that person was removed from the fight permanently. One thought I had was a ribbon white mage to counteract that, but then I kind of needed that slots and the ribbon for other positions.
Okay, and then Fiery saying in chat that the softs were in the same shop that the Revivifies were in. So in that third Karnak shop that opens up after doing the steamship.
Of course they were.
And that would have been that. But don't feel too bad because IBKarma never found Maiden's Kisses, so he had a rough time with the wonderfully vanilla Halicarnassus. By the way, how about that wonderfully vanilla Void?
You get 3 forms of vanilla? It was started off vanilla, continued on vanilla, added more vanilla towards the end. I was worried for a second.
All right, everybody, get your GGs out. IBKarma has finished this seed with an official race time, that GG time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 35 seconds. Well played to IBKarma.
GG's IBKarma.
And we'll see if he will join us for a chat here in the booth. Yep, there he is. IBKarma is joining us in the broadcaster's booth. IBKarma, well played, man. GG.
GG's. I feel like I probably was behind most of that.
I wouldn't say most. You killed X-Death in his castle probably about 5 minutes before Joe did. But, I mean, as you can probably guess, the big issue was the Ifrit's fire check, the Ifrit spot check. Judgejoe did that when checking out all of the World 1 checks, and you kind of put that one off a bit.
I put all of World 1 off a bit.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I followed my gambles that seed.
Yeah, and some of them paid off.
Congrats on fighting Revivifies and Softs.
The Karnak shop. The one from Beaten Steamship.
Yeah. Up until this point, I was not aware that that shop was a thing. So I'll have to keep that in mind for potential issues in the future.
And so did you have any white hole protection or no?
I had a knight with an Aegis shield, and I had a bard with a ribbon, and the equip ribbon's ability. And I had big guard. I don't know.
I forgot to snatch big guard. That was my issue throughout most of the end there.
I only used it for the tree, but...
Well, and you also hit a Dark Shock on the tree form of X-Death, which helped, too. Because you half his levels, the white hole doesn't hit as much, so...
Man, but what was up with the Vanilla Void?
Right?
What was it? 4, 3, 3?
3.
It was the Vanilla Callow, it was the Vanilla Apanda, and then the Vanilla Halicarnassus.
Yeah, I showed everybody Shinryu. Shinryu made an appearance.
Yay!
Thought about going to the special boss, but I was like, it's gonna be a fun fight with Ned anyways.
You had the guilt toss, so it wasn't too bad.
I was just gonna summon, but I found the guild toss late, and I was just like, I have enough to kill him with break sword and magic lamp.
I ran out of ability slots to equip guild toss on my party.
I had double bard, one with magic sword and one with guild toss, blue mage with guild toss, and time mage with summoner.
To essentially assist my odds of not having my fight corralled by white hole, because I just didn't see a good way of getting protection from that, and I didn't have softs either. I had a Mystic Knight, or I had a Knight with Mystic Knight for Breakblade and the Aegis Shield, so he was safe. His whole job was to just kill Almagest, and that's it. I had a black mage with blue magic for the big guard to help reduce Whitehole's chances, because I hear that's what it can do. I had the bard with equip ribbons because I really didn't want my only source of levels in this party to get Whitehold, and then I had a time mage with summon to haste my party and assist with damage.
Yeah. So the reason for the double bard, if you aren't aware, because you might not be, and some of chat may not be either, is if you speed song and hero song, you'll literally take infinite turns, and Ned will never get a turn.
So that's why he never did get a turn. I at one point pivoted from I did hero song for a while, then just whacked him for 70 damage and pivoted to speed song for the rest of the fight.
Yeah. So if you speed song and hero song, that's why I had 2 bards. It's essentially like max living your party with mix.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's handy.
You get infinite turns. Like you literally take so many turns so fast that he just doesn't get one.
Yeah, I think the most I saw in Ned form was the words about the Grand Cross was essentially coming, but it never actually hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with not a large amount of AoE damage. I was single targeting Ice 3s and casting Sildra.
I never found Sildra. I got Leviathan though. If you speed song at the same time as your hero song though, you'll actually get your levels faster too.
Yep. Makes sense. I think Sildra might have been in the trench, actually, if I
Pyramid.
think about it. Nope, it was Pyramid. Okay.
Yep, because Pyramid had the 3 summons. It had the Titan summon, it had Bahamut, and it had Silder.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
It must have been past where I went because I stopped as soon as I got tablet.
Yep. Yeah. Joe didn't pull the boss of the Pyramid, but he full cleared the rest of the chest except for the basement. And there were 3 summons in there, and that was pretty much about it. Nothing fantastic other than those 3 summons. But yeah, no, it was a pretty well played race. It showed off a lot of different techniques, a lot of different. Oh, I do have a question for you, IBKarma. You and X Fight, do you not like it? Do you not get along? Did you not realize you had it?
I got X Fight pretty late, right?
It was in the carbuncle spot.
Did I get X Fight that early?
Mm-hmm.
Then I probably just didn't realize I got it.
Okay.
I'll be honest, like I was seeing nothing in the castle, and I was like felt like I was getting wasted time checks, and I just didn't realize. I thought it wasn't a key item, and I just disregarded it more than likely. Plus, at that point, I had my Xcal. Yeah, Xcal X Flight would have been better.
What was your Castle X Death strategy to kind of efficiently do it?
I had a knight with 2-handed with Xcal and Ragnarok, and then I had 3 people casting Odin.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think he condemned my knight, and my knight ended up dying shortly before X-Death did, but he got a couple whacks that didn't do nothing because of Golem, and then he got 1 fire 3 off, and that was it.
Yeah. Xcal is good for one thing and about one thing only, to my knowledge, and that is Castle X Death.
Yeah.
It's okay outside of that, but
So Friday is going to be our upper bracket match. So
Yep. Upper bracket final Friday 8 p.m. between Alistair and Fiery Blizzard, our defending champ.
loser plays Judgejoe.
Yep.
Winner gets to sit pretty and wait for the winner of that match.
Yeah,
they have to lose twice.
Yep. We are down now to the final 3, right? Alistair, Fiery Blizzard, and Judgejoe. Unfortunately, your tournament run has come to an end, but it was a good run, IBKarma. It really was.
Yeah, I didn't put in any practice for this one. I've been working on like 4 randos over the last like 3 months. I've had a nuts like rando time. It's been fun
Yeah,
though.
yeah, you've been in a lot of those Final Fantasy because I know you're also in the Worlds Collide Rando one as well.
Yeah, that one I went 5-1 through. I don't know if I get to play anymore, but 5-1 there, and I'm still going in FF4. Probably won't be after this Sunday, but
You made it. You made it further in 4 than I did.
my hopes for 4. Well, I'm only 1-1. This will be my 3rd game.
Yeah, I went 1-2 sadly, but GG's. It was a lot of
Oh
fun.
yeah,
I was definitely nervous the entire for maybe not the early part, but as I could not find the pyramid page for a bit, I started to get worried, and throughout the void was just nervous.
yeah. My early routing was ridiculously good into bad final find per usual. I ended up not clearing almost any of World 1 and had Bracelet and Anti-Barrier at like level 16 and already had Muwa Force cleared.
Yeah.
Then I just went and ground out some levels and then dipped in.
Yep.
But yeah, and then I just went on a wild goose chase from about, I think I was looking for about 35, 40 minutes for that last one.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Sometimes those seeds do be like that.
Yeah, I had usually I check the average check pretty early, but how much of World 1 I skipped, like to put it to you, Joe, I did Wind Shrine, the canal into
Graveyard.
Graveyard, and that was essentially it on the first trip. I
Yeah,
came back and did
yeah,
Waltz Tower and Waltz Meteor, and then
yeah,
I
because
didn't touch it again until the end.
yeah, and you did the Moor Forest really early. I thought it was just going in basically for a loot and then just to check the boss. But then once you pulled Magista, you had Odin, and that really just kind of set you off. I mean, you got a ton of levels out of that.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't really worried about World 1. I was like, I'll go back and do it because it's fast, but it just ended up being Ifrit check into. I ended up going to Trench to find the hint for falls to everything. And I
Yeah,
took a really bad chain too that I don't think you probably took.
yeah. I heard you fell into an the
Hmm.
adamantite chain into Zeza Fleet. I was really. I knew where the big bridge key was, or at least I thought I knew where the big bridge key was. There was a hint that was behind the falls somewhere in World 1 or 2, and my remembering of the hint was it was in Waltz Tower. So I went to Sunken Waltz and was
The,
disappointed.
the big bridge key I don't think was said to be Path of Void though ever, right?
World 2 had Pyramid Page. I was down
Yeah.
to Zeza Fleet or Big Bridge, and one of those I knew the location of, so hunted
Oh,
down.
I thought it said World 2 as well, and I was second guessing myself when I pulled Trench Page.
But Gilgamesh 4 had a nice long talk with my party in the Sunken Waltz.
Nice.
I just looked at that fight, went 50 something thousand. I'm just gonna summon Golem and sit here.
I had a nice long chat with Gogo. I probably could have killed him, but I didn't want to risk it. I forgot what his health pool was at that location.
That was Karnic Escape, right?
Yeah, I don't remember Iron Claw's health off the top of my head.
1K.
I could have killed him with Odin.
I ran in there with a berserker and saw Gogo, and then Gogo said goodbye.
Yeah, I set the 3 minutes there too. Yeah, that was a fun seed. That was pretty awesome. Sorry, Z, you got to cut in more.
I'm happy. I'm happy letting you two chat.
I mean, you've been solo talking this entire time.
Yeah, I'm happy
And
to
for
let
that,
you two.
give a
I'm
big
happy.
give a big hand to Z because he doesn't have a co-com and he did tracking and comms by himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
GG's to Z.
I'm happy to do it. I enjoy commentating, the Final Fantasy V. I enjoy doing it, so I'm happy to do it.
And
All right, yeah, but I think with that, I think it's about time we get on up out of here. So, do you two have any final comments before we get out of here?
GG's to IBKarma, really fun race, and GG's to you and the restreamer. Very happy to have this, and I'll be I'll definitely enjoy watching it when I have time.
GG's, and everybody have a good one. Another race on Friday. It's going to be a great one. Tune in. I don't know
Yeah.
what Speed Gaming channel yet, but
Nope, it'll be somewhere on the Speed Gaming Family Network. It will be Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Fiery Blizzard versus Alistair in the upper bracket final. I hope to see everybody there. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you soon.